know that the changes are coming and that we are going to be the beginning of a whole new nation. Will the United States disappear? No. But will the earthly United States disappear? Yes. Will the heavenly United States come about? Yes. On earth as it is in heaven. Now what is earth? Spell the word heart. I'll just take the H out and put it at the end. What have you got? Got the earth. And from where does our tone come? From the earth. But the earth by itself, or the heart by itself, cannot do the things without the Spirit. And the Spirit comes from behind that navel, I like to call it a belly button. Why? Because when the heart sends its heartstrings through the soul here and ties itself up with it, then we say, with all my heart and soul. Got it? The heart by itself, no good. The soul by itself, no good. Both must come together. Heart and soul. I love you with all my heart and soul, because the soul is the one that produces the spirit. My heart produces the blood. It's a bloodline. Bloodlines are not permanent. They're temporal. But spirit lines are eternal. So when you become a brother or a sister in the spirit line, you are together for all eternity. But when you become a brother or a sister in the bloodline, the best you can get is maybe 80, 90 years. And when they bury you, sure they'll come to your grave, but how long will that last? Eventually, it's ended. That's the bloodline. So let's go for the new spirit line, where there is never a need for anything, because with the spirit, and then we attach ourselves to something else, which is something for eternity, with the spirit, which is the infinite wisdom, will supply all our needs. You won't have to work for anybody. But at the beginning, we have a job. Then we become the missionary. Then you will be going out with the Spirit and heal the sick. Not only heal the sick, but let the amputee's arm grow again. For you see, even though that flesh has been cut off, there was still, shall I call it, the fiber optic structure there which carries the light. And once you have the spirit and give it to that person, that arm will come out instantaneously. This is what you're going to do. But if you're going to take chiropractic apart as pediatrics or oncology or this, that, and the other thing, forget it. Come back to the all. Chiropractic is all. Synonymous with God. Cannot be separated. And once you have that inside of you, then you'll be able to perform that which you should be performing. So now, one more thing and I'll stop. Because this is like dessert. You eat too much of it, you get a hell of a bellyache. And we all know what a spectroscope is. Now we look at that spectroscope and we have the red, now we have the orange, now we have the yellow, now we have the green, and we have the blue and the indigo and the violet. But in between each of these we have a black line. Now what do we call that black line? Anybody?
Ground zero.
Ground zero.
Huh?
Ground zero. Interference.
Interference. And that's the only interference you and I should be concerned about. Now how do we get rid of it? Structure determines function. Now have you ever looked in the sky and you saw a rainbow? Did you see any interferences there? Why? Because it's an arch. Got it? So, you want to build a good spectroscope? Build it that way. Now what's the arch in us? The flesh arch. Upstairs,
Corpus callosum.
the corpus callosum. Remember? But the real arch is right here and right here. Inside of that bony cup, which we call the diploid, or the cancellous tissue, or the spongy tissues, which is no more than the honeycomb. And in my father's mansion, my father's house rather, there were many mansions, many little spots. And each one of us has a particular spot. And that is our lot, our destiny, and no one can chase you out of there and put you someplace else.